Here's a quick video on how to check licensing in Salesforce and also how to check which users are taking up a license. So, one of the things I most commonly saw when working with companies in the consulting role is just they really didn't understand how to manage their licensing, and they're throwing away thousands, if not tens of thousands, or more than that a year. They'd be working with Salesforce and buying more licenses when they just didn't even realize that they had some available from employees that had churned or people that were assigned things and didn't need them. So this is a simple video, but a really important one, just because often it's one of the higher kind of scenarios where I see where there's a lot of waste. So if I come over here in setup, that's where you hit this gear, the top right, and I come into company information. If you scroll down, this is where you're going to see user licenses and permission set licenses. So user licenses, you're going to find here like the standard Salesforce licensing. So you can see here, I've got Salesforce platform, the different things that I'm actually, signing on to with my, bill of goods from Salesforce. You can see some permission set licenses as well. Like you can see here, field service, maybe if you're using Salesforce Maps or some of these other uh, like external or not external, but kind of like uh, niche apps built by Salesforce. You'll see them down here in the permission sets. Um, and you'll be able to see the total licenses and how many are used as well. So, one thing to note is Salesforce licenses, when you activate or deactivate a user, they will become available. So, you can see here I'm using 2 Salesforce licenses. I'm going to go to users. Let's see. I have a standard user here, testing user, and a system admin. So these are the 2 licenses that are getting taken up and what I was just looking at. I'm going to come into the testing user and turn off the testing user. I'm just going to take that off. If I go over here to company information and come down, you can see now I have total licenses 2. I'm only using 1. So by default, by turning on and off users, I'm going to preserve that 1 license. I'm going to make sure it's unused. So that's the easiest type of license to manage because you're always going to be able to come here, see how many licenses you have available. The one thing you have to do is remember to deactivate users when they leave your company. That's a pretty basic thing to do, both on the security side and the cost side for the actual licenses themselves. Now, if you have permission set licenses assigned, right, you can have them assigned to deactivated users. So I could have a field service dispatcher license assigned to somebody that I deactivated, and this license would still be assigned to them unless I manually removed it. So if I click in here and I say view users, you can see I can add assignments and remove assignments. Since I don't have anybody available here, I can't remove, but I'd be able to, click into a user and say remove if necessary. So, a basic license, again, or like the standard Salesforce license, you just have to deactivate your user, come into the user, again, one more time, click in, uncheck the active checkbox. Whereas a permission set, you actually have to go in to that user itself, and you can either do that from here. You can see permission set license assignments. You can edit these assignments, or you can do it from the company information page. So pretty simple video here, just really kind of giving you the basics on how to manage some of these licenses. This is not going to go into the licensing for third-party apps. Depending on what app that is, you manage that licensing in a different way.